things around that scientific notation do not mean anything except these belong together. And then I'm going to add. I'm going to add another scientific notation to it. So I have one scientific notation plus another scientific notation. And the trick is, the key to these problems, your exponents have to match. And if your exponents match, you're good to go. You can do this problem. If your exponents don't match, we know some skills to rewrite it. I might have to make it wrong. I might have to make it bad scientific notation, but I can rewrite it so that my exponents match. And then I can fix it in the very end. I'll show you what that means in a second. But right now, my exponents match. So I can add these two decimals together. I can add 4.6 plus 8.72. I can add my exponents together. 4.6 plus 8.72 is 13.32. I added my exponents. And the reason I can add my exponents is because, or my decimals, I said exponents, I meant decimals. I added my decimals. The reason I can add my decimals is because my exponents match, times 10 to the third. But now I've got a problem. This is not correct. This right here is not correct. Can you type in the chat, what should I write this as? How can I fix this? What should 13.32, what should this be? Excellent, Ethan. Good, Ben. What should this be? 13.32 is wrong. My rule is that it should be a 1-digit decimal to the left. And right now I have a 2-digit decimal to the left. I need to fix it and go boop. I need to make it 1.332 times 10. But it shouldn't be the 3 anymore. I did boop, one more move. So I should add 1 to make it 4. And I just added those two really big numbers that are written in scientific notation. That's my answer. I can prove it by saying, okay, 4.6 times 10 to the third, 4.6, 1, 2, 3, is 4,600. And 8.72 times 10 to the third is 8.72, 1, 2, 3, 8,720. And if I added those, I'd get 0, 2, 3, carry the 1, 13,320. And in scientific notation, that's 1.332 times 10 to the fourth, which is what we got. Let's try another one. We'll come up to number 2 in a second. Let's go to number 3. It's another addition problem. Oh, wait. No, just kidding. Let's do subtraction. So we have 3.5 times 10 to the negative 2 minus 6.6 times 10 to the negative 3. All right. Do these, give me a thumbs up. Do these thumbs up have the same exponent? thumbs down, have different exponents. Good. Good. Two people, three people. Three people have answered. Do they have the same exponent or do they have different exponents?
Well, okay. So you'll send, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm specific. You're going to send me an assessment that will be to fill, and then I call the fillers people.
Three people can tell me. Good, 4, 5.
Okay. Okay.
5 people. 5 people can tell me if they are the same exponent or different exponents. They are different. They are different. Not the same. So, since they are different, I need to change one so they're the same. I need to change one so they're the same. So let's talk about what that looks like. Really quickly, I have 3.5 and my exponent's -2, so it goes boop, boop, right there. And I have 6.6 and my exponent's -3, 1, 2, 3. So my decimals are really this. The numbers that I'm working with are these. Do we agree? Right, that's what my real numbers are. I could just do that and subtract. You want to try it? 0.035 minus 0.0066. And there's my decimal. Oh, you can't see it. There it is. That's my answer. 0.0284. So what I can do in order to do -2 moves, boop, boop, I went here. If I give this another guy another negative move, I have 35 times 10 to the -3rd minus 6.6 times 10 to the -3rd. And now they match. Now they match. Since they match now, I can subtract 35 minus 6.6. I get 28.4 times 10 to the -3rd. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Is that right? Thumbs up. Does that look good? Thumbs down. I need to fix it. Good. Can I have 28.4? No. I have too many moves. I need to go back one move. It should be 2.84 times 10, and I need to take away a negative move. So I add to get -2. It's okay if it doesn't make sense right away. We're going to keep practicing. It's kind of a hard skill. We're not dealing with huge numbers so that we can check them. All right, number 3. 8.2 times 10 squared. There's number 1. Plus 3.41 times 10 to the -1. Those don't match, do they? They're different. There are 2 ways of doing this. Way number 1, I can take 8.2 times 10 squared. That means boop, boop, That's really 820. And I can take 3.41 times 10 to the negative 1. Boop. That means 0.341. And I can add them together. I can take these numbers and I can make them into standard form. And then I can either add them or subtract them. Good thing I've got a calculator. 820 plus 0.341 is 820.341. However, that's not scientific notation. If I start with scientific notation, I'm going to have to end with scientific notation when I'm working with it. So now I take this decimal and I go 1, 2, and my answer is 8.20341 times 10 to the second power. That's one way of doing it. You can take your scientific notation, put it in standard form, do the math, get an answer, and then rewrite the answer in scientific notation. It works. Or, especially if they match, skip all of that stuff. 7.8 times 10 to the negative 5th minus 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5th. These exponents match. Since these exponents match, I don't want to take all of that time and rewrite it and then do the math, get an answer, and rewrite the answer. If your exponents match, I can do a shortcut. If my exponents match, I can take the decimal, and in this problem, it's minus the decimal. 7.8 minus 4.5 is 3.3. Since my decimals matched, I can just do this. Or not decimals, since my exponents matched. Times 10 to the negative 5th. I'm done. Boom. It's super easy when they match. If they don't match, we have some choices to make. Number 5. 7.26 times 10 to the 4th plus 3.4 times 10 to the 4th. Thumbs up, they match. Thumbs down, they don't match. Tell me about it. Excellent, Andre. Good, Ben. Good, Peyton. Good, Ethan. Anybody else know if the exponents match on this problem? Good, Ignacio. They do match. When they match, it's addition, so I can just add my decimals. 7.26 plus 3.4 is 10.66 times 10 to the 4th. Give me a reaction. Type in the chat something. Or actually, let's go type in the chat. Is this correct? Yes. If it's incorrect, what should it be? Good, Ignacio. What should it be? If you say that it's wrong, what should it be? If you think it's right, let me know you think it's right. Good, Andre. Good, Peyton. 10.66 is wrong. It should be, boop, 1.066 times 10. I should go one more move to the 5th. Excellent. Number 6. 2.8 times 10 to the negative 5th minus 1.6 times 10 to the negative 6th. Guess what? They don't match. I've got a negative 5 exponent and a negative 6 exponent. They don't match. Bummer. So we have two options. We'll go with the old school option. 2.5, or I'm not 2.5, 2.8, and then negative 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 1.6 and negative 6 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can expand it. I can expand it. I can use my calculator. Minus and I get an answer. Oh, I gotta count. All I did was expand it, write it without scientific notation, write the original number. Then I used my calculator to do the math. And now I can take my answer and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 2.64 times 10 to the negative 5. And that's my answer. But if I want to do the shortcut to get them to match, I can take 2.8 times 10 to the negative 5th. I can keep that. Or I can take one move away and make this 0.16 times 10 to the negative 5th. I can take away one of those moves. Now that they match, I can do 2.8 minus 0.16, 2.64 times 10 to the negative 5th, and it's the same thing. You have two options when they do not match. I mean, I guess you could expand it even when they do match. That sounds like a lot, though. Let's try again. 7.8 times 10 to the 7th. Minus 2.45 times 10 to the 6th. Let me know, thumbs up, they match. Thumbs down, they don't match. Excellent. Good. They do not match. They do not match. So you have two choices. You can expand it or you can make them match. If I want this 7 to become a 6, I have to go back 1 move. If I want this 6 to become a 7, I have to go forward 1 more move. It's your choice. I always like to make it match the bigger number. So I'm going to rewrite 7.8 times 10 to the 7th as the same thing. Minus, but this time I'm going to give it, boop, 1 more move. So it's 0.245 times 10 to the 7th. Now that they match, I can use my shortcut. Now that they match, 7.8 minus 0.245, I add or subtract the decimals. 7.555, and since they match, I can put times 10 to the 7th. And I'm done. Number 8, 9.7 times 10 to the 6th plus 6.7 times 10 to the 5th. Give me a reaction. Do they match? Can I just start right away? Nope, I can't. I have 6 and I have 5. They do not match. If I wanted to make this 5 become a 6, I'd have to give it 1 more move. I'd keep 9.7 times 10 to the 6th plus, in the chat, let me know, what am I going to change this to? What should my new decimal be if I give it 1 more move? If I want to make my exponents match, what would my new decimal be? Good, Andre. Good, Ethan. I want to give it 1 more move. It's going to be wrong. I'm not making it look good. I'm giving it the wrong answer. Awesome, Ignacio. Fantastic, Peyton. Good job, Ben. I'm going 1 more move. 0.67 times 10 to the 6th. I gave it 1 more move, and now they match. Now that they match, let's do the math. 9.7 plus 0.67. I get 10.37 times 10 to the 6th. Am I good to go? Is this my final answer? What do you think? Ethan says no. Ben says no. Why? What should I do? Why is this not my final answer? You're right. I can't have a 10. I have to go boop. 1.037 times 10 to the 7th. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's try 2 more. Number 9. Ooh, 2.4 times 10 to the negative first minus 5.5 times 10 to the negative second. Now, I totally understand. It's a lot easier for us to make our changes when it's positive exponents, like we did for the last one. For number 8, when it was positive exponents, when we say, no, they don't match, but it's positive exponents, it's a lot easier for our brain to be like, okay, I get that. I can just go, boop, one more time. Negative exponents are harder. I'm totally fine. Well, I'm fine any way you do it. If you always want to expand it, to take away the scientific notation and write the original number, do the math, get the answer, change that to scientific notation, that's fine. Do it. If that's what way works for you, do it that way. If you want to do the trick for positive exponents and then write out negative exponents, go for it. If you're comfortable with the trick and going back and forth between positive and negatives, go for it. There are two ways. I can take 2.4 and go -1 to get my number, minus 5.5 and go -2 to get the other number. You can expand it, 0.24 minus 0.055. Get your answer of 0.185. And then move it, boop, 1.85 times 10 to the -1. If that's the way that it works for you, do it that way. Or if you can say to yourself, okay, I'm going to take away a move. I need this -2 to become a -1. That means -2 moves went 1, 2. So I'm going to go back to -1 move. So you then get 2.4 minus 0.55. And their exponents now match because you took away a negative move, minus a negative is adding. So I get to that number because 2.4 minus 0.55 gets you the same answer. If you can do the shortcut with negatives, go for it. But if you say, no way, it's too hard for my brain to think that way, expand it, subtract or add, and then write your answer in scientific notation. Last one. 9.2 times 10 to the 8th minus 4 times 10 to the 8th. Give me a thumbs up. Do they match? Give me a thumbs down. They do not match. Good. They match. Since they match, I can just do the problem. I want you to try it on your own. Let me know in the chat, what do you get as your answer? Type it in there. Let me see. What are you getting as your answer? What are you going to write down? What are you going to get? Since they match, you could use the shortcut. I guess I better find it too, huh? Awesome, Ben. Way to go. When they match, You can take your decimals and just do the math. When the exponents match, you can just take those decimals and do the math. 9.6 or 9.6, 9.2 minus 4 is 5.2. Times 10, and since your exponents match, it's to the 8th.